Listen, when a lot of people say Sodom and Gomorrah this and they read the Old Testament and they be like, how can God kill all those people? And how can God do that to kids and this and that? They don't understand that Sodom and Gomorrah, the evil in that city, it was full of homosexuality. It was full of disobedient kids. It was full of murder. It was full of sacrifices and demonic worshiping and it was full of all that stuff. So when you guys really question the Bible like that, just take a look around in the world we live in today. Because God said that Sodom and Gomorrah was going to be nothing compared to these days. That these days were going to be worse. Look around. When you see these little kids fighting and talking back to the parents and using cuss words and being disobedient, and now homosexuality, look at this world. When these parents approve of their kids doing sex changes and acting and looking a certain way. Look at this world when you go down the street and you see gang graffiti on the wall and drugs everywhere because people choose to buy drugs with their money and instead of using it wisely. And you got a lot of homelessness now because of it. Look at this world when you see these women hopping out of cars or walking around or even going to church now dressed like they're supposed to be in a strip club or doing that to get guys' attention. Look in the world when you have these guys that are more concerned of themselves than anybody else. They're too good for everybody else. Their looks matter, their car matters, their clothes matter, their job matters, their money in their pocket matters more than it does God. Look at the world whenever you see people disrespecting Christians, especially Christians that are doing that. There are Christians out there that can't stand other Christians, especially Christians like me, because we're willing to tell the truth. We're not in it for the fake stuff. We're in it to really try to really, really make it into heaven. Look at this world when you see a lot of lukewarm Christians. Look at this world. What's lukewarm? Lukewarm is when you go to church this, and then you live like life another way. I had a break out of that. I was lukewarm. I had prideful ego. I used to cuss and say certain things. I used to seek violence. I was a part of this world. So when I say this stuff to get you guys to think that you guys are falling into the enemy's trap as I was. But thank goodness I found Jesus Christ. And he forgave me every time I repented. And it took him time. But you know what? That time was worth it. Because he's using me for a purpose. I want you guys, before you guys disrespect the Bible and be like, God, he's such an angry God. And God, why does he do this to kids and allow this to happen? Get your facts right. Just pay attention to the world we live in right now. Sodom and Gomorrah was full of that. So yeah, of course God was going to destroy it. And of course those people deserve to go to hell. And when you guys complain about, well, why is there kids in other countries starving and why is there people in other countries suffering? I'm going to tell you guys something. A lot of these countries that suffer, they believe in idols. They believe in fake gods. Buddhists, Hindu, Muslims, all that. Pay attention to that. Pay attention. They're worshiping other gods. When God destroys China with earthquakes or tsunamis in Himalayas and you got volcano, whatever it is, he's trying to wake those countries up and say, I'm the way, the truth, the life. Those other gods are demonic. Those other gods are fake. I'm the only God. But they choose to worship these other gods. Look at in China. Look at in China on how they treat Christians and stuff out there. Do your math. So before you guys sit there and aim your shots at God and pull the trigger, really pay attention. Really pay attention. Seriously. These other countries, they idolize and worship other gods. What do you think God's going to do? Help them? Let those gods help them then. And then they'll see that they really need the one and only God. Remember, Jesus Christ, he's the way, the truth, the life. No man goes to the Father except through him. Think about it. Think.